There is no medical team member in GridCell. We are Excel Analytics and can share only way we are reading numbers. Please, for more instructions and detailed medical analytics on COVID-19 spread in your country, refer to government authorities. And please stay safe and secured. When we talk about if function, we need also to cover some functions that are built with tight integration of if logic. I mean SUMIF, average if, count if, and logic version of max and min function. But why you need to watch this video? Because we will cover not only if functions, but also ifs functions, and we are going to use them to analyze world data for COVID-19 from 2nd of April 2020. Let's start. So now we are turning to the SUMIF and SUMIFS function. Here we are going to evaluate amounts of critical cases, and for SUMIF the task is going to be to separate them per countries per month of the first case, and for SUMIF we are going to evaluate how many critical cases are still pending per 1 million of population. So we're going to start with SUMIF, and I'm going to start here creating the function. So I'm going to create a SUMIF, and here you can see that there is a difference with the count. So it accepts 3 parameters. First one is going to be the range, where we are going to check out for criteria. Second one is criteria itself, and the last one is sum range. It's available here in square brackets, and that means that if we are not going to provide this parameter, it's going to calculate the values available in the range column. So we are going to start creating it, and again we will need to check out first range per month of the cases. We are going to jump back and provide the second parameter as a month of the first case, and now we would like to calculate serious critical cases. So again, selecting it and fixing. What you can see here overall, that situation is pretty predictable, that the earlier the country has faced COVID-19, we are having much more cases that are serious and critical ones. Take into consideration that the most of the cases are coming from the big countries, so the population is much bigger there and much more resources are required to manage it. So for SUMIFs function, we are going to calculate it per baskets per population. And we are going to use the same conditions that we were using. So I'm going to create a similar function, and here the point that I would like to emphasize before creating anything, that the first parameter for this function is actually the sum range. So you need to provide data that you are going to calculate. In our case, it's going to be summarizing, and only after that you are starting with the same sequence of conditions and ranges that we were using in COUNTIFs function. So to do that, I would like to select first serious cases and make it fixed. As for conditions, I'm going to use the same logic as we were using for COUNTIF, so I will speed up this one to show you already the final results. So we have created our function. One of the most important parts here also that you need to consider that we have not covered in COUNTIF function, that if you're using the same amount of cells in the range you would like to calculate, you need to pass the range of conditions on the same size. Otherwise, the formula will work incorrectly, so this is something that you always need to check. And here you can see that I'm starting in row number 3 and finishing at row number 205, and same for the conditions. So hitting enter, and we are having the first results for countries that having less than 1 million populations, and again I'm going to autofill all the data. So here you can see the results per 1 million of population available here. What we can see is that rather interesting example, that we are having a lot of countries from 20 millions until 40 millions of population, and the overall results of critical cases per 1 million is less than 1, and it's pretty same as we are having for the big countries like USA and China and India. However, biggest items we are having here for the population for more than 40 million and less than 120. Here we're having Spain and Italy that is significantly now impacted by the COVID-19 infection, and this is why we are having the biggest increase here. Also, we can see that the smaller the country, we are also having the bigger amount per 1 million of people, and that means that just an impact of the volumes, that we're having less population to be calculated by, and that is mainly causing us to have results bigger than majority of the cases here. Thank you for watching. I wish you and your close ones to stay in safe and secure environment. Cheers!